Hello, I'm Viola Trubitska. I'm a partner in Quinn Emanuel's Los Angeles and New York offices and the co-chair of the firm's data privacy and security team. My colleagues who will be joining me are Jennifer English, an counsel in our Los Angeles office, and Nathan Archibald, an associate in our Salt Lake City office. In my practice, I defend technology companies in high-profile data privacy actions, data breach litigation, and in responding to data breach incidents. In this 4-part video series, my colleagues and I will be sharing with you key practical tips on how to respond if your company suffers a data breach, ransomware attack, or any other type of cyber incident. In this first video, we will cover the various steps businesses should take to prepare for and respond to a ransomware attack or cyber incident. These steps include monitoring the cyber landscape, deploying an incident response plan, bringing in the lawyers, and assembling a technical response team.
Data breach events continued to rise sharply in 2023. At least one security firm found that between August 2022 and July 2023, ransomware attacks doubled. Data breaches also spiked during the middle part of 2023, even compared to earlier this year. According to research from VPN provider Surfshark, 110.8 million accounts worldwide were breached in the second quarter of 2023, compared to 41.6 million in the first quarter of the year. And data security incidents continue to be an issue this year for essentially every industry, from critical infrastructure to software companies and healthcare companies to finance.
In March, for example, a hacker targeting a DC-based healthcare provider exposed on the dark web personal identifiable information of members of Congress, their families, and staff. In June, the state motor vehicle agencies in both Oregon and Louisiana announced motor vehicle records had been breached. Both state agencies issued statements essentially warning residents to assume that if they had a driver's license, their information had been breached. In November, the financial services arm of Industrial and Commercial Bank of China, the world's largest bank, was hit with a cybersecurity attack that brought its trading to a halt. Overall, more than half of American companies have already reported some form of cyber attack, and every 11 seconds another will be hit. Given those risks, it is important for organizations of all sizes to be ready to respond.
And here are the most important steps for doing so. First, monitoring the cyber landscape. It should go without saying that companies need to be on high alert. Infrastructure monitoring is a critical first step. This can be a challenge for many organizations, particularly as attacks become more sophisticated. For that reason, many organizations have turned to managed detection service providers. A number of cyber incident expert services specialize in monitoring aimed at stopping cyber criminals in their infancy and allowing a response before they can cause damage and disruption to the business. The best case scenario is early detection.
There is no substitute for being well prepared in advance of a cyber incident. Numerous strategic, consequential decisions will have to be made under pressure with limited time to react. In a worst-case scenario, with a threat actor placing short timelines on paying a ransom and with system lockdowns bringing business interruption losses, the race will be on to stop data loss, ensure the points of entry are closed, deal with the threat actor, and remediate, all while reporting to stakeholders and insurers and responding to adverse publicity. Urgency will come from all quarters. Best practice requires organizations to be prepared in advance with a coordinated, robust incident response plan, or IRP for short, that includes the organizational structure, lines of communication, protocols for identifying incidents, and protocols for containing them. Regulators will also look to the company's IRP and how well it was followed in exercising enforcement discretion after an attack. And most cyber risk insurance carriers will closely scrutinize a company's IRP as part of its underwriting decisions.
A data breach creates legal exposure as much as it creates a technological one. Increasingly, then, the first call an organization will make after learning of an attack is to their cyber risk counsel. Experienced counsel will play a key role in, one, preparing the company and its officers to defend themselves against liability or penalties that may stem from potential FTC enforcement or consumer or shareholder class actions. Number two, determining what reporting obligations, if any, are triggered. All states have enacted legislation regarding notification of security breaches involving personal information. If the breach involves electronic personal health records, additional breach notification rules apply, mandating notice to the federal regulators and, in some cases, to the media. Number three, coordinating reporting amongst various regulators across jurisdictions if there is such a reporting requirement. Number four, advising on the legal risks of voluntary disclosure to users, even if there is no legal obligation. Number five, reviewing and working with the organization's cybersecurity insurer on coverage issues. Number six, determining if there are contractual disclosure obligations with the organization's business partners. Number seven, issuing takedown notices and enforcing intellectual property rights with respect to any stolen data that is leaked online. Number eight, prosecuting civil claims against those liable for causing, contributing, or benefiting from the breach. Number nine, working with law enforcement to report the attack and any attendant ransom demands or other illegal activity. Number 10, working on strategy on whether to pay a ransom. Companies should not comply with cyber criminals' ransom demands without first seeking legal guidance.
Assembling the technical response team. Critical technical actions required in the immediate aftermath of a breach include containing the breach, preserving and collecting digital artifacts related to the breach, the forensic examination, and of course, plugging the security holes. All of this must be conducted while presenting a clear and calm message to all stakeholders and the public. In-house, that will require employees with information security, information technology, operations, and human resources, communications, investor relations, and management roles. However, even organizations with robust information technology and security teams will need surge assistance at the earliest phases of the incident response. Outside experts are also necessary to give the maximum credibility to an internal investigation. For that reason, if experts are used, they should be given complete access to systems and personnel. Cyber insurance policies may also include a panel of response companies that the insured is required to engage for that purpose.
Types of experts that may be used include digital forensic experts who can help determine the cause, source, and scope of a breach, examine system data, user activity, and other digital artifacts to determine attack vectors and find the evidence that might help identify the threat actors. A forensic expert will help determine what data was accessed and if it contains reportable content. Incident response experts. These experts can help contain, stop attacks that may be in progress, patch vulnerabilities, and prevent further attacks. Ransomware negotiation consultants. These are experts who specialize in communicating with the cybercriminals for proof of life, negotiating ransom, and facilitating payment. Negotiating with the criminal actors is not something that should be done without a well-thought-out plan and without involving experts. Crisis public relations consultants. Any breach will generate attention, particularly if regulators begin investigating the matter or malicious hackers publicize it. PR firms can help not only create messaging, but often have contacts with media outlets, which can be critical in getting the company's message across.
For the reasons we've discussed, quickly hiring cyber incident counsel and experts, to the extent they are not already on standby as part of a monitoring service, are critical first steps in responding to a ransomware or other cyber incident. These first steps will lay the groundwork as the investigation and incident response proceeds.
Thank you for watching. This was our first video in a series on practical tips in responding to data incidents, ransom attacks, reporting to law enforcement, and reporting theft of personal information. All of these videos are available on the Quinn Emanuel website. And if you find yourself a victim of a data breach or cyber incident, we at Quinn Emanuel are able to help from the discovery of the breach through litigation and all the points in between. For more information on how we can help, please visit the link below this video. Thank you.